So, jury, we're ready to do this. All right, Dante, you're up first.
Wow.
Dun, dun.
So, Shane, in this game, fire represents life. And I think the one person that was very consistent with keeping life and spirits alive was you. Your consistency throughout the hours, the nights, the weeks, waking up on an hourly basis to make sure that not you are warm, but your tribe is warm. And I got to experience you as an individual during those late nights where it was only me and you, no words were spoken, and we were communicating via eye contact. It's something that I will forever hold on, the fact that I got to see a side of you that none of these people got to see. So with that said, good luck for tonight. Congratulations on your position. And I will definitely see you out of the game for sure. Dino, day one, I saw something very special in you. You had a superpower. It took me 23 days to convince these people of this superpower that I couldn't put a label on. I didn't manage to do that. So I hope for you tonight that you are able to bring that superpower across and convince them of what I saw in you day one. So with that said, congratulations. Well done on your game. It was phenomenal for both of you. And good luck for the rest of it, because I'm just going to take it easy and the rest will fill in the hard questions.
Yeah, you're relieved.
Thank you, Dante. Felix.
For me, what's important around the game and why we play the game, I mean, there's an element of selfishness and accomplishment, etc., that we want to achieve as ourselves and everyone here. But for me, what's important is how we affect other people. What is it, if there is a moment within the game that you feel is a thing that you can take with you, or to say that you're proud of, that you know is going to be something that you'll be able to take outside of the game?
This is very much an old school, new school competition. I work from the shadows. He works with far more alliances. He speaks a common language with you people because I'm decades older than you. So I'm proud of the way I played. I would play the same way again. But that moment where I stepped into that mud ring with you, man on man, 2 decades older than you, and for 2.5 hours, smashed myself so that my fellow tribe members didn't get voted off. Well, I'll never forget that. And I hope it meant as much for you as it meant for me.
You did well, dude. You're a champ.
Thank you.
You're a champ.
You included something about taking from outside of life as well, or from the life that translates into the game?
Everything, yes. Answer how you want to answer.
So, I mean, I've spoken a bit about having been rejected a number of times by Survivor before getting on, and then being this pre-merge boot who was, felt invalidated. And I was asked to go to my old preparatory school and do a little talk with the boys, because they found my story of continued persistence and self-belief from a kid who had, they knew me. A lot of those, when I was giving that talk, a lot of those teachers taught me, and they were like, geez, this is a different human being, from that kid that was super shy. And that was based off. And then, get this call to come back and have all that self-doubt again, and to start that journey again, to, be able to actually, in one season, go from that kid again who didn't believe, to be able to end up this person that has the sense of self-confidence, through this game, through this rad experience that, potentially revalidates what they saw in me there in the first time and why I was there in the first time. Yeah, I'm immensely proud of that and immensely proud of the resilience.
Meryl.
Dino, for you, there has been much talk about the Dino demeanor because you look very different tonight. You walked in very different tonight. What is up with the rounded shoulders, the side-eyed glaring to the jury?
Yeah, Dino demeanor, that's interesting. So going into this game with relative low confidence, for this season in particular, off the back of having a reputation for being paranoid, I decided to lean into it a little bit and try and make it work for me. So I took character traits of me that are present in me now, that were present in me younger, and I leaned into them and I utilized them as tools. And I think everybody used some of their dark side, you know? I think.
Thank you, and congratulations again.
Thanks, Meryl.
Super proud.
Thank you, Meryl. Steffi, you're up next.
I'm going to start with Shane. You added so much light to a gloomy situation. The inappropriate jokes was a way for you to lighten the mood around camp. You provided, you worked, and that, for me, is a sign of someone who lives in service of others.
No, thank you.
So that's beautiful. And as Shane, that I was piss scared of coming into this game because you were ruthless in the previous season. And seeing this very kind, beautiful soul being the lesser, that's what I saw. You chose to be the lesser in order to serve the collective. So, I love you, and you have my heart vote.
Thank you.
Right. And you, Dino. My goodness. You blew my mind. You are so brilliant with regards to strategic play. It irritated me that you carried this submissive demeanor, the Dino demeanor, in your body. Because you are on this on the season, and you deserve to be here.
Thank you.
And to have seen the courage and the change in your demeanor over every single vote, it's beautiful to have witnessed. You have my head vote. And I'm torn because I am head and heart. I can't separate it because that's what makes me me. So I need you guys to convince me why you.
Let's go.
Dino and I have spoken about it, and we have played such different games, but gotten here nonetheless. And I respect the hell out of this man for playing the game he did. And I know he respects the hell out of me. And yeah, thank you for picking that out, because I really have felt as the underdog here, funny enough. And that's not a ploy, because my kind of game is much more under wraps.
Props to Pops for wearing his princess dress.
Hey.
You know, I had to find a way to soften what was seen as a very hard exterior. So this is a cover story. My daughter told me, Dad, bad guys are not winning. And I'm like, because she said, how are you going to play? I said, I'm going to destroy people. And her and I sat down and constructed a way, which was, Dad, just be like a dad. So when you started calling me Pops, and I kept saying, I hate that name. I didn't hate it. And these colorful things I like them now. It's just part of my pink rocks. But it was a tactic of mine, and I'm glad it worked. And it felt good, and it's changed me. And I want to carry on being that kind of person because it feeds me.
Awesome.
Stevie, this is a difficult one because the head argument, I could apply logic and strategy and the history of the game to try to spin that around. The heart one needs a bit of time. And unfortunately, we didn't get all that much time in the game. And yes, I'm a part of the reason that happened. That was because, you know, the head said Steffi's a threat, unfortunately, you know. So I'm not going to be able to solve the heart dilemma tonight, not at all. I sat with the head-heart dilemma last night. I really did. And I know that is incredibly difficult, particularly because that head-heart dilemma, whichever choice you make, can have an impact, an incredible impact. So I'm sorry that I can't do anything to alleviate that dilemma for you right now. And believe me, I would if I could. But I do appreciate that at this point, I at least have your head vote. And good luck to you. I hope that at some point throughout the night tonight, you'll be clearer and you'll be happy at the end with whatever decision you make.
Thank you, Dino.
No, thank you.
All right, Phil.
you and I were very close, Dino, from the first couple of days. We did a lot together, we spoke a lot, we planned a lot, we strategized a lot, and we got a lot done. And we both knew the day would come where it'd be you or it'd be me. I'm reminded of the nights when it was just the two of us back at camp. Because we knew whichever way the next day went, that one of us would sit at the final. And we made promises to each other for our relationship outside of the game. And I know that those promises will still be held and we'll still be friends, and I respect you and I respect your game, and I'm really proud of what you were able to achieve.
Thank you.
And no disrespect to you, Shane, but tonight you have my vote now.
Appreciate that. Yeah, I'm privileged to have been able to play alongside you for such a long time, and yeah, I'll honor every real life commitment we've made.
Tasia, your turn.
Gentlemen, I will play open cards. My vote's leading towards Shane tonight, and it really revolves around a singular incident that has left a bad taste in my mouth till now. So,
Sure.
This is a question for Dino. The incident was the day you won massive immunity plus the car, and I came so close, and I was utterly dejected, and I couldn't bear the thought of having to go back to camp, feeling that way. So I immediately approached you after sincerely congratulating you. I was delighted that you won, but man, I was like, please take me along on the reward, and you immediately told me, sorry, Tej, I can't. And it got to a point where the world saw me getting on my knees and begging and pleading and imploring, Dino, I understand that strategically you need to do what you need to do, but you're getting to take 3 people along. I mean, have a little heart, Man, where's the empathy? Where was the humanity?
You're talking about being depleted, begging, pleading, right? And asking for this empathy. But at the same time, most recently, you had this massive bowl of bolognese where 4 of us didn't eat, or 3 of us didn't eat, and 1 got a bowl of rice, okay? In what has been the toughest season to date. Those 4 people, through Meryl, got an opportunity to go onto a food reward. And the food was right there in front of us. This far, we could smell the Chinese food. But there was blankets for the entire tribe who were freezing. Night after night, after night after night, and we instantly chose blankets for the entire tribe and passed up that food, even after not having that merge feast, per se, right? Like from my perspective, it was a bit unfair that you went on your knees and you played that emotional card, knowing that I am an empathetic person. I struggled with that hard, but you put me in this position where I had to deny you of something, And by showing the empathy that you were asking for, I was going to be showing a lack of empathy to somebody else who might have needed it a bit more at that moment. No matter which way I went, it would have left disdain in somebody's world anyway. And that's the nature of the game. It puts you up with these dilemmas, it's what makes it so great. But I went with the empathetic route and chose those people who gave up previous reward, who didn't eat, for the benefit of the tribe. And that is a display of empathy.
Thanks for that, Dino. I understand and respect that. You're nowhere near now as ruthless as I thought you were. You stuck by what you did. You've owned it. I mean, to make it a final 2, I guess there'd have to be some ruthless ambition. But if you can balance that with the empathy and compassion, all the better. Thank you.
Thanks.
All right.
Good luck.
Thank you, Tajan. Kelani.
I went into season 5 hardcore the way I would go into a fight and competition, and I didn't share anything much about myself in terms of my heart. I promised myself coming into season 9 that I would open my heart out and play a fairly open game in terms of my emotions, but in a positive way, in socializing with people And I do believe it played a great role in me getting to top 5. And that's important to me. It's the open heart is very important to me. So I would like to know, give me one instance where you made a decision based on a heart over head situation, if you could explain. Please start with you, Shane.
My relationship with Tajan, from beginning to end, was a heart over head thing. Because everyone had a lot to say and, you know, would laugh at you openly because you were starving. And that doesn't work for me. You know, and that's why I chose to feed you and risk my game. You know that. How many times I came to you because I felt it was wrong, you know, like I probably have lost 20 kilos. But when you come in as lean as you, that needs some special attention. You lose your mind. And I feel that, yes, although I stole from the tribe and boiled extra rice and gave it to you, that I would do it again 100 times. My heart overhead every single time there.
Thanks for that.
So my game, I did have to detach somewhat emotionally at times to be able to play head over heart. But in my life, I lead with heart. And that's been one of my challenges. That was one of my challenges in season 8, and I couldn't make that mistake again. And that's why I had to adapt this game. And it wasn't easy to switch off, but I did have to switch off at times. So no, I'm not going to say that, no, I entirely led with heart this game. That would be a total lie. The word ruthless comes up, and I own that because at times I absolutely was. And you were one of the recipients of that, you know, in full force, unfortunately, and I will own that. But those elements of heart over head still came into this game because that is who I am intrinsically, you know?
Fair enough, thanks.
Thank you.
Tony, you're up.
I think we all look at Survivor as something that changes our lives and changes who we are. And we discover things about ourselves that we want to work on or that we want to celebrate. My season 6, I was highly emotional. I am still highly emotional. But in my season, I turned those emotions into negatives. It was an ego thing a lot of the time. And so my Survivor experience taught me to work on my ego. And I came into this season saying, try and dispel the ego. Don't use your ego. Don't let emotions run your decisions, etc. And it's hard, you know, because emotions are often negative. The moment for me of realizing that I have learned and grown so much in choices that I've made about my emotions and my growth in Survivor and life was at the reward with the Ketsies, okay? There was a moment where Shane, you helped Marion and she finished. Then everyone, Dante helped Meryl and other people came and helped Meryl and she finished. And then, well, and Kilani, and I was standing all by myself still, he's in Ketsies. My ego could have been so bruised by that. But thanks to the Yanta boys, again, the empathy and kindness that you guys ran up to me and you helped me. It was that day that I tested my emotions, my ego, and being happy for others' blessings. I would just really like to know, like from day 1, when you stood on the mat in this game, to day 39, what have you learned about yourselves that you're going to take out to the real world and apply? Dino, let's go for you first lesson.
I mean, I touched on it. Day 1, I didn't really believe I deserved to be in this game in the first place. Never mind, the final 2. There's a couple of things that I learned on this journey. It was that constant negative voice that was in the back of my head and allowing that to diminish and allowing a positive voice to grow, which is probably the biggest thing. It's that I'm far more resilient than I've ever given myself credit for. You know, like I had this positive mindset throughout, even when starving and hungry and whatever, still sharing food or whatnot, you know, like I still had this thing of like, wow, I'm starving on Survivor. I'm in the pissing rain on Survivor. This is amazing, you know? And hell, the final immunity challenge, I won a challenge I never thought I would ever win in Survivor. I lost a hell of a lot of puzzles, and won an endurance challenge right at the end. Like, that was like this epic moment for me that was like, dude, actually, you know, if you just gave yourself a little bit more credit and worked on a couple of things a little bit more here and there, you could do these things more often. They could be a part of you, and you could actually be, you know, better at these things than you give yourself credit for. So yes, I mean, I had a lot of moments of realization, and I've had like one big arc of realization as well, and I'm grateful for it. It's one of the best things about having been on Survivor. You know, it's being able to take that stuff away, and I'm sure everyone's taken something away from it. I mean, that is absolutely one of the most amazing things to be able to do. So, yeah, it's a great reminder. Thank you.
Good.
So, we had family come and visit, and of course, none of my family could come because they're all conspiracy theorists and they don't get the damn vaccine. I'm like Lonely Joe. And my mate Jeremy arrived. And and it hit me. I didn't show it because I don't crack easily like that. But Jeremy left a message on my phone as I left the day before I came here. Just literally crapping on me for allowing myself to get sucked so far down the rabbit hole in terms of my own will to live. Because I give too much of myself to the wrong people, and I expect to be treated the same way in return, and I don't. So when I say that I was ready for oblivion, and believe me, I've survived a lot. But I lost the will to live. So when I came in here, I didn't know which way I was going to go. It was the first positive thing to happen to me in like a year and a half. And you people have restored my faith in humanity. And I didn't quite expect that. And I got to experience little parts of my personality that I've lost through all of you. And I've learned without a shadow of a doubt that I am worth loving and I'm worth receiving the care that I give to you all.
What you've just said now is a win. So no matter who wins tonight, you're winning either way. And the only way is up from here, no matter who wins or who comes second. So well done to both of you for winning anyway.
Thank you, Tony.
Okay.
Nicely said, Tony. Thank you very much. Marion, last but most certainly not least.
Pops, I'll start with you. Last night, there was no malice or malicious intent to degrade you or your game in any way. I love you with all my heart and soul, and I think you know this. But I chose to come into this game and play my own game because I knew if Marion and Shane were together, I would never get to the end. But every move I made, even though I didn't involve you, I always had your back. And I know that you were frustrated, that you felt like you were just handed a name. But never did I ever do something that caused you direct harm. Because I ensured that your name never came up. It might have been used as a deflection, but you were never gonna go home if I had anything to do with it. The bond that myself and Dino had wasn't because we were super fans. The bond myself and Dino had was because we are so in love with this game. Survivor saved my life. And in a lot of ways, it saved Dino's life too. And that is how we connected. Now, with that being said, I moved to Dino. We had a vision. The vision was shared because of what Survivor meant to both of us, not because we were super fans.
Yep.
I want to know from you honestly, was that vision ever real? Or did you manipulate the one blind spot that I had? That blind spot being my love for the game.
That vision was as real as anything for the longest period of time. The decision to go back on that vision was made solely after I saw Kirsten at the immunity challenge. Once I'd spoken to Kirsten about it, that made my mind up as to what I had to do. Because while we share this love for the game and we talk about saved lives, she is my person and she's the one that has saved my life more than anything else. And by choosing to sit here next to Shane was choosing her, my absolute number one. And it breaks my heart to see the devastation I brought to your world. It really does, and I don't wish that on anyone. No fan, no lover of the game. Absolutely devastating. And it's hard for me because this is my experience of putting myself first now. And it makes me scared to ever put myself first again, quite frankly. So I'm sorry, Mariam. I truly am. But I can't be sorry for sitting here, giving myself the best chance I possibly can at a life-changing event for myself and my fiancée. I just can't. I can't be sorry for that.
I came in here having my mind made up, and after hearing you both, like Steffi, I'm equally torn. And this has now become an incredibly difficult decision for me, and I know for the rest of these guys as well. So, last question from my side for both Shane and Dino. I'll start with Shane. Why do you deserve the title of Soul Survivor?
Yes.
I deserve the title of Soul Survivor because I've fought tooth and nail with nothing, and I've spent a lot of time fighting on my own. So I've had to make do with the little relationships I've had where acts of kindness and loyalty and honesty, as opposed to the first time I played. And my age is a thing. You know, I've put my body through hell. Like I'm 20 years on some of you people. And it doesn't make me special, but I hope you appreciate what it took to do that and still maintain the care and, here it is, you never thought you'd hear this, honesty I had with just 99%, all of you. I managed to get through this year with almost no lying. And how difficult that must have been for me, because truly, this game was built for me with the lying and skullduggery, and I came in not knowing that that's the way I would play it. And when I eventually found resonance because of what you guys had given me, I went with it, and I'm very proud of that. Very proud of the fact that I could do that and have these alliances with people and not break their hearts and still find a way to win. And the two of us have come at this from two completely different angles, so I cannot imagine how hard it is for you guys. But do not, under any circumstances, underestimate what it took for me to play this game and play and be here. Empathy got me here. Understanding where you're at, if I was in your shoes, got me here. Those are things that are not clearly visible to all of you, but equally effective. That's why I'm here. I deserve to be here. And I hope you all see that.
Dino, same question.
Sure. Look, I deserve the title of Soul Survivor because, you know, I came in with a mission to do what I needed to do to take down that title. And I fought tooth and nail to stay engaged and stay connected to the game throughout, stay present and relish every single moment that this gift is, you know? Everything I did in this game while it was to survive until the end, at the forefront of my mind was to do Survivor right and do Survivor justice, and I feel like I did it. I accomplished that. And my highest value set in life is family and friends, and my life back home reflects that entirely. That might not have always translated out here necessarily, but one of the things I didn't like about season 8 was feeling disconnected from the cast, and I still managed to walk away with friends. But tonight I know that once we leave this game, I do walk away with lifelong friends that I've shared an epic journey with. And yeah, I hope tonight when you go out to vote, you do go out there and believe in the vote you're casting and vote for the player you think played the best game. And good luck with your decision. And thank you for being an epic and kind jury with humanity, no malice, and nothing but love and respect. I think I speak for both of us. We really appreciated it. yeah, it's very welcome in a game that's been this tough. So thank you, guys.
All right, Shane and Dino. That's it. You've come as far as you possibly can in this game. And now all the power shifts from you to these fine people, the jury. Jury, in a moment, you'll go up into the voting booth, and tonight you will vote for a winner. So to be clear, you'll go in there, you write down the name of the person you think is most deserving of the title of sole survivor and the 2 million rand that goes along with it. You ready to make that decision? All right. For one final time, it is time to vote. Tony, you're up first.
I do believe we had a very similar game, and I wish I had trusted you more. Perhaps I would have been sitting there next to you.
I love you. You're like my geeky little brother who just knows this game so well.
I'll get the votes.
It's yours.
And so another season comes to an end. And I just want to thank you all for coming here and playing this crazy game again. And this time bringing your 2.0. You know, people marvel at this game and wonder, how can Survivor be so fascinating and so relevant season after season after season? And the answer is you guys, the castaways. You beautiful people, determined, passionate, and definitely slightly crazy, who come to play the greatest game on earth. Thank you for that. And this season was truly exceptional because each of you came in here knowing that not one person, not one individual is greater than the game itself. And even the person who wins this season will know that the reason for their success is because they got to stand on the shoulders of giants. Allow me to remind you of the golden rule of Survivor. Always.
Expect the unexpected.
Dino, Shane, one of you has just become 2 million rand richer. And we're about to find out who that is. Because I'm going to be reading the votes tonight right here at Tribal Council.
Oh my God, I'm gonna be sick. That is insane.
Dino, Shane, it is time to find out who the winner is. But you know, I'm not going to let you go through that alone.
Yes! Yes!
So I've brought your loved ones here
Yes!
to join you for this moment. Bring them in.
No!
All right, there you have it. Jeremy and Elsa and Kirsten and Stephen. Shane, your mother Elsa and your friend Jeremy. Dino, your fiance Kirsten and your brother Stephen. Well, loved ones, welcome to Tribal Council. Shane, Dino, You ready for this?
Yep, I'm afraid so.
I'll read the votes. Dino. Shane. One vote Dino, one vote Shane. Dino. 2 votes Dino, 1 vote Shane. Shane. 2 votes Shane, 2 votes Dino. Dino. 3 votes Dino, 2 votes Shane. Dino. 4 votes Dino, 2 votes Shane. The winner of Survivor is a return of the Outcasts. Dino, that's 5, that's enough.
No BS. No BS. Finally. Dude.
Well, there you have it. The winner of Season 9 is Dino. Paolo, don't go away. We'll return in a moment with the entire cast for our reunion show. This is the finale of Survivor SA, Return of the Outcasts.
I don't know what to do with myself.
First time in Survivor SA history, we are wrapping the whole show up right here on location on the beautiful Sunshine Coast in the Eastern Cape. And tonight, the whole Season 9 gang is back together for one last time to reminisce about the past 39 days. Wow. It is a big night. And may I say, you all look absolutely fantastic. You clean up really well. And you smell so good. It truly has been an exceptional season, and you all played the game on a whole other level. So thank you for that. But Dino, in the end, you outwitted, outplayed, and outlasted everyone else. So let's hear it for the Season 9 winner, Dino Paolo. And I guess the question is, has it all sunken in just yet?
No, it hasn't, Nico. Like, this last 24 hours has been a whirlwind, and it has not sunk in, not even for a second. I don't think it's going to hit me for a while, but super grateful to be here tonight. It's so cool to see a whole lot of faces that I haven't seen in a while, and yeah, looking forward to hanging out with everyone this evening.
Speaking of faces, I almost didn't recognize you without the beard.
Right? I didn't recognize myself when I took a look at myself in the mirror for the first time. I'm 14 kilos down. I'm like a rake at the moment. It's a bit scary, but yeah, glad to have had a bit of a trim and feeling a bit more human.
You still look like $1 million, like $2 million.
$2 million.
Got to rub that in, eh?
Shane, what can I say?
You know, I'm thin like a racing snake. I can't actually believe what I look like. It's
What does a racing snake look like?
has a lot of loose skin. It's about 6'5". Yeah, no, it's horrific what I look like in the mirror.
You look fantastic. So I know everyone's dying to find out exactly who voted for whom. So let's see a show of hands. Jury, which of you voted for Dino? Look at that. Marion, you came so close, and I know that your final trial was really traumatic. How do you feel right now?
I feel like I won the season. I might not have gotten the title or the 2 million rand that comes along with it, but for me, I won so many personal battles and overcame so many things, and the fact that I walk away from this game with a true sense of peace and calm, and I'm so proud of myself, so I am in high spirits.
So, but you do know why you were voted out at the 11th hour, right?
When I got back to the juryville, I realized that no one was ever going to take me to final two. And I think the only way for me to secure my spot in the final two would have been to win that final challenge. And I gave it my all, and I didn't, but I mean, it's bittersweet, you know. I didn't end up in final two, but to know that everyone was really nervous to sit next to me, I took it as a compliment that I did something right and that they saw what I was doing. So, yeah, I'm in high spirits, so much peace, and forever indebted to Survival for this incredible experience.
I suppose the question is, if we had a Marion Dino final two finish, what would that have looked like? Jury, who would have voted for Marion? Let's see a show of hands.
Sure.
So, Dino, my friend, it looks like you dodged a huge bullet there, all right, which got you the 2 million rand and, of course, the title of Sole Survivor. You also walked away with an incredible prize, the Mahindra XUV 300. Well done.
Thank you. Great.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And you know what that means, right?
I broke the car curse.
You broke the curse.
I broke the curse.
All right? Because for those who don't know, there's the car curse. The one who wins the car never, ever wins the season. So that's done. You cleaned up the season.
I really
But
did.
there was a few other things, something very important that not everyone necessarily knows about. Are you going to tell them or shall I?
None of them know.
Is it?
Yeah.
Now's the time.
So, the outpost really was worth the wait. Thanks to our friends at Mantis, also won a holiday worth 80,000 rand for my fiancée.
Wow.
So there was no family video, there was no video from Kirsten at that point. It was a video of Nico telling me that I'd won this wonderful prize.
Well, Dino, a wonderful honeymoon awaits for you on the Zambezi Queen with Kirsten. And you said it yourself, if you're leaving your fiancé behind to plan the wedding all by herself so that you can come out on the beach and play, then you better bring home the bacon. And you delivered. Well done.
Yes.
Like a mailman, he delivered.
So once again, congratulations to our Season 9 winner, Dino Paolo, everybody. Okay, so I'd like to move on to Chappies. How are you, Chappies?
I'm doing well, thank you, Nico.
So you came into the season guns blazing, both of them, and then you promptly left again.
Yeah, you know, I didn't even have time to warm up these guns, but that's the beauty of the game, right, Nico? And it's difficult to take a lesson from it, but there's always a lesson to take from the game, and mine just this time was, how can you tell people that it's okay to fall down if you don't do it often yourself? You know, and this is what the game presented me this time, was just the opportunity to put what I believe to the test. And I'm grateful for that.
As you should be, and well said. And I think perhaps maybe everyone, because I said, you know, food's going to be scarce, they were like, well, then we can't have Chappies in this season, right? So you've probably stolen things already tonight, some food, and you've probably got stuff stashed away. So I came packing tonight. I brought you a few sweets just to tide you over.
Nico, thank you so much. Thank you so much, Nico.
So don't take from anyone else, okay?
All right, Nico, thanks.
Don't worry, Pinty's going to take it soon.
We'll get to that, Pinty. We'll get to that. All right, so there are many ways to structure a returning player season, and we opted for the pre-merge versus post-merge way of going about things. PK, the pre-merge boots were so determined to make it to post-merge, and the post-mergers didn't want them to get in there at all. So it made for conflict right from the start. You went in guns blazing from the get-go. Is that because the stakes were so high and you just felt that's the way you needed to play?
Well, for me, Nico, I just didn't want to be on the outside from the beginning. I mean, the first time I played, I made it to merge, and I was in a minority. So I thought once I start with a majority and develop with them, maybe I'll be safer this time. Unfortunately, it didn't happen that way. I lasted 5 days and I was eradicated.
5 incredible days, PK. Well, post-merge or pre-merge, one thing is sure, you all came packing, and it was incredible to watch it play out on screen. And who would have thought that we'd end up with one pre-merger and a post-merger as our final two, which is, I suppose, testament to the fact that indeed, in the end, it was just a level playing field. Well, when we return, we'll dive into some of those great moments and stories of redemption and rewriting histories. We'll be right back. This is the return of the Outcasts reunion with the 20 fantastic castaways who gave us such a thrilling ride for the past 39 days. So many surprises this season. Of course, the fact that we were playing for 2 million rand. And then I said it was going to be much tougher. The challenges were going to be tougher. You were going to have more twists. And of course, you were going to work for every morsel of food. And when I look at the collective amount of weight that you all lost, the proof was in the pudding. So collectively, up to day 39, you as a cast lost 109 kilograms.
Wow.
All right? And then, of course, tipping the scale, our top 3 were with 14 kilograms lost. In 3rd place, Dino. Sorry, Dino, you can't win everything. In 2nd place, we had Felix with 15 kilograms lost.
Hey, I want something.
Second. Not quite.
Wow.
And the winner of the season with the most weight lost, of course, Shane. 18 whopping kilograms.
Wow.
So you won something, Shane.
Yeah. A loss, but a win.
You lose,
But not.
and you win. Look at that. That's a positive outlook right there.
Yeah. I got a jawline now.
So Pinty and Tajan, I think I speak for everyone when I say that you two really experienced the lack of food on a different scale. I mean, you were hangry, right? You felt it on a visceral level. How tough was that, Tajan?
Man.
Oh, wow.
Hallucinations, yeah. Obsession, yeah. Yeah, it was an obsession, man.
And Pinty, what about you? How much tougher was this than the first time you played?
Oh, Nico, like, in my last season, I was only there for 6 days. I think by, like, the 6th day in this season, I was, like, famished. I was done. And, you know, it was all what I wanted to, it's part of what I wanted to experience in this game. You know, that was part of the list. It was like, I want to feel that starvation, that, like, lack of food, and I felt it. I felt it tenfold.
Yeah, we noticed. We noticed. And I think your whole tribe spoke about it all the time.
Even players I didn't play with speak about it.
Yeah.
Players I hadn't mentioned are like, you know, we've heard about you.
Don't worry, everyone got to a certain point of hangry throughout the season. Shona, what about you? I mean, what was tougher for you this season? Was it the social game? Was it the elements? Because that was tough as well. Or was it the challenges?
It was all tough, Nico. The social game was surprisingly challenging. I consider myself a very social person in normal life, yet it was very hard to connect with people still here, and I think that's because everyone has a guard up. The challenges were obviously exceptionally challenging as well. They're a lot more physically tough than I thought they would be, than they have been in the past. But for me, the toughest thing is always the day where you go home, where you know, don't make the decisions that your intuition is telling you to make. And at the end of the day, you know, it sends you home.
One thing we won't forget is you in that mud pit challenge.
I really put my heart and soul into that challenge. I had a lot of fun in it. Obviously, it ended in a bit of a scary way. I'm much better now, so what doesn't kill you only makes you stronger.
Indeed.
Nico,
Indeed,
I'd
very
just
well
like
said.
to say
Yes.
that the other memory from Shona was the death stare she gave Dino as she was voted off. I still have nightmares about that.
I think about it every night. No, seriously. So obviously I hit that idol under there, and I was
Shona,
thinking...
you know it wasn't Dino that outwitted you with that, right? If Phil, would you like to weigh in on this?
Yeah. I've got a new flippy flopper right here.
Whoa,
Right
okay,
here.
whoa. Now we're calling people names. Hold on.
In the spirit of calling names, you were the challenge beast of the season. For those of you of the pre-mergers who didn't get to see this man in action, he eventually earned that title. And so you ducked and dived the title for a while, though. Are you happy to accept it now?
No, I am the challenge beast for the season. I'm just glad these people voted out that guy first because I did not want the competition on the day.
Now, in this game, we always say, always expect the unexpected, right? And this season, there were quite a few unexpected things, starting off with the 2 million rand, and then in the game, the outpost. And of course, we had a late tribe swap just before merge, and then the family visit that you all thought might not actually happen. And we had that at the final 3. So a lot of curveballs this season. And then, of course, there were the curveballs that you threw at one another. And, I mean, the word that comes to my mind is blindsides. Now, in any given season, we are usually very happy and excited if we have 2 or 3 really well-executed blindsides. This season, it was a blindside when there wasn't a blindside. I mean, Torizo, do you think that was testament to the fact that everyone was coming with such great game that the only way to get people out was a great blindside?
100%, Nico. I think we were all so hungry, and because we didn't know what other hidden elements were in the game, you had to make sure that the people who needed to execute a move would be on the same page. And that needed to work with clinical precision.
So, Steffi, is that why a number of you were voted out with idols in your pocket?
Yeah, Nico, yeah, I don't know. I wouldn't have done anything different. I played and I let my guard down, and I really trusted the people that I worked with, that I thought I worked with, who flipped on me and who blindsided me.
You can say the names now, everyone knows.
But I'm not going to sit here and be hypocritical because I turned on my own. And they used that as leverage, you know, to win her trust and to make her feel comfortable because she came in next.
Well, I think it was that very same tribal where you said people must play the game and they have to own that they're playing the game.
And then
they played the game.
Exactly, Nico.
Devin, you experienced a similar feeling. You know, that idol is so light when you find it, and you can hide it in places, you know, easily. But it weighs a ton when you walk out with it, doesn't it?
You know, Nico, I knew I was in danger. I knew that they perceived, specifically Seamus and I, as a big threat. I mean, a lot of them were mentioning it, and I knew I had to play the next tribal. I just really thought everyone was tired of Piney stealing all the food. So I thought she was going home for sure, and I knew I must play it the next time. But yeah, the first week I was fine. But the second week, I started having nightmares about this idol, like legitimately just thinking about all the alternative ways I could have played it. It stings.
It does.
It hurts. Walking out there in my crotch, it was sore.
That's the thing, is because... because everyone that leaves the game goes, well, you know, I really did everything I could. But people who leave with an idol, there was one thing they still could have done, and I think that's probably what weighs the most, right?
And I think the worst thing is that the first time I played this game, when Tony and PK flipped on me, I could tell I was going home at that tribal. So the only thought I had at that point was, I wish I had an idol. This time, I had absolutely no idea I was going home, and I went home with the idol, so yeah.
Again, testament to the modus operandi.
Kudos to these guys. I mean, that was an excellent blindside.
Indeed.
You're welcome.
Meryl,
Yes, Nico.
you also had a couple of tools.
I had a couple of tools, yes, I did. And at the time, I had seen my name so many times and had people that I worked with from the beginning betray me. And I just needed like a little minute to feel safe. And I mean, here was this golden carriage presented to me. And I hopped in it and I trusted this tripod. I felt like there were these 3 heads with 1 heartbeat. And exceptional at their delivery of their, like, oh my word, we're here for you. Like, I was bamboozled. And I not only played a tribal counterpass, like, completely incorrectly, I sat with a 50-50 coin. But for me, there's a story in there because I really battled with empathy and, like, the cutthroatness, like that kind of dichotomy within the game. And for me, the fact that I left with naivety was a win for me because those are things that I use every day in my life. So that I could leave with that still intact, it was a beautiful story for me.
So we unburdened her, basically.
You did. You helped her. I mean,
all these
you
favors
know,
you guys are
that's
showing.
great people.
You're so kind.
Now, we're just talking about the real tools in the game. Then there were a few items that were not real. Shona, Dino showed us where your fake idol was buried.
Yes. I was learning macrame before this.
Yeah,
Like,
beautifully
how can
done.
I
Some
fool
of the
people
best.
with arts and crafts?
Some of the best work we've seen in Survivor SA, I must say.
I was gonna make a production line of idols. Like, do you want an idol? I'll give it to you. If you
Trust
work
Shona
with
to
me.
start a business in the game in the same season. By the way, I don't know if you all know, but there was another fake idol right here at Tribal Council. And only one person knows where it is. Would you care to tell? Oh, look at that.
Guilty.
Seamus.
The thing with a fake idol is it's got to be convincing, not just in the way that it looks, but in the way that you find it. So I've hidden one there on the front side of where the contestants would be. Oh, let me grab it.
Where is it?
Now that's a racing snake, Nico.
Oh, my word. Oh, yeah, that would have looked good.
Well, it's been at Tribal Council all the time throughout the season.
Oh, wow.
A little bit of insurance.
And he's still blushing.
Is it still valid in the game?
No.
As valid as yours is, Tim.
Yeah. So it's obviously the same bag from the first idol I found, but a similar rock of roughly the same shape and size.
It's fine, you can trade it with this one.
So
yeah.
my thinking was, by hiding it in front of people and pulling it out publicly, I could not have, you know, stashed it in any way or brought it with me. It could only be an organic find.
Something tells me you've laid the groundwork for many a fake idols to be planted in all kinds of places in future seasons.
I certainly hope so, yeah.
Yeah, excited to see how that plays out.
Picking up idols.
The legacy will continue.
I hope so.
So essentially what you're all saying is that next time we don't have to give you any tools, you'll just make your own and play with them. Effectively.
This is basically arts and crafts class right here, dude. Like,
Tajan, what about your fake idol?
Well, Seamus was saying his fake idol was to distract votes. I only found out after I went home that night. With my play, I attracted votes. Phil tells me he was going to be putting Felix's name down that night. I knew it was always going to be split between Felix and myself, and I ended up getting the majority 4 versus 3.
Are you still hungry right now? Can we bring you something? Chappies, don't you want to give him a couple
you
of
want a
sweets?
sweetie? You want a sweetie?
Man, the saddest
right.
thing is, all those cravings and the fantasies, it all disappeared after my very first Ponderosa meal. I was like...
And then you wanted to come back, right? Well, listen, incredible gameplay, you know, on all scores. And why am I not surprised? I mean, I should have expected that with you all returning and people of your caliber playing this game. Palesa,
Yeah.
one of the really painful times to get voted out is the last person before merge. You must have been so confused because you were playing so well in the game, doing so well with the social element of the game. Why do you think it happened?
If I was them, I would do it too.
If you were them, you would vote you out.
Yes, I mean, they do a good thing. In Survivor, you play against a lot of incredible players. And if you want to win, you have to vote off people that you think would either be gunning for you or would be better at, you know, than you in the game. And so being voted off, especially with a cast like this, is both, it's a compliment and a curse at the same time, right? So you want to stay in the game, but there is a compliment for all of us that says, I can't do this with you in this game, so I need you out. And they couldn't take me to merge, and yeah, they made the right decision for themselves.
It's been a crazy season, and my head is still spinning. I can only imagine what the viewers must feel like. So let's take a break. When we come back, we will talk about fluidity, humanity, and personal victories. Don't go away. We are wrapping up this incredible return of the Outcast season with our winner, Dino, and the rest of our amazing returnee players who took this game to a whole new level. So the social part of this season was really hard for you all to navigate because of returning players. So you had all these pre-existing relationships. You know, this is a game of betrayal and deception and blindsides. And so, Tony, was it hard for you navigating the relationships outside of this game, the real life, and then the relationships that form in this game?
When we started playing, it was a bit difficult because I had PK on my tribe. And it's a known fact that this is like my guy, you know, along with Tev. So being on a tribe with the one person that I'm super close with was going to be difficult. Seeing Yantel coming to the mat every time and I'm losing these people that I loved was also difficult. But when I got to merge, to be honest, I'm not that connected to these people. So I was going to be ready to actually cut any of them because those were my people that already left. So I figured that once I got to merge, I'd probably be able to cut them. But by the time I got to merge, I had made connections with these people. So I was damned either way, to be honest.
All right, so Dino's won the title of Soul Survivor and all those other amazing prizes. But for so many of you, this game was about a lot more than just winning. And a lot of you saw it as an opportunity for redemption. And from my perspective, I saw many personal victories taking place, even though I was snuffing your torches one after the other. Seamus, did you get what you came for?
I think so. You know, season 6, my big mistake was me. You know, I can't sit in season 6 and blame anyone for what happened but myself. So coming into this game, a lot of the prep work that I'd done was internally. And I just wanted to leave here, if I did, you know, just to be satisfied and happy in the way that I played and to come in as the best version of myself and just lay it all out on the table. And I think even in 11 days, I felt that I accomplished that. Did I have more in me? Of course, but, you know, I leave a happy man.
Well, you were a different person coming into this, and then you grew as you played the game, so huge win for you.
Thank you.
Yeah. Tanya, what about you?
I think I should have maybe left my personality at home in the first season. I definitely should have left it at home in the second season. But at the end of the day, I knew, and this was true in my first season, I never came for the money. I came to play the games. I played to come and do the camp life. I loved the camp life. And, you know, we're ordinary people playing an extraordinary game. And I think we all leave extraordinary people because we will never be the people we were before Survivor touched our lives. And to play twice, I was a winner even if I'd come out first. And I think that's what we take home.
Well, that is so beautifully said. And I want to tell you something. You introduced the concept or the idea or reminded everyone of that word humanity. And I think they returned to that time and time again. It was testament to a really great season, played very well with surgical skill and incredible blindsides, but with humanity at the base of everything every time. Thanks to you.
You're welcome.
Felix, what about you?
The biggest thing for me was I had this guy in season 7 that I didn't recognize, and at least the guy this time in season 9 is 100% me. So that's all you can do, and be the best version of yourself. I mean, these guys said it better than I could ever. So yeah, I 100% got that, and specifically playing a game that I'm proud of, and also, most importantly, my wife would be proud of.
Awesome. Dante.
Nico.
Personal victory.
Yeah, so my thing with this season was to come in and embrace the experience. So I managed to be extremely present from day 1 all the way till day 23. I laughed a lot, I swore a lot, I cried a lot. And, you know, but every single time, that was how I felt. And I felt like this was my opportunity to express whatever what those feelings were. So super happy for the 23 days in the game. And yeah, and for the rest of the guys that I played with, you know, it just was such an amazing experience. And yeah, this season I came in lighter, better, faster, stronger, and with a lot better idea of how the game should be played with my personality type. So again, super proud of my game, and yeah.
As you should be. Kilani.
Nico.
What about you?
You know, I came in this game to play with an open heart, and I can safely say I managed to do that, and it carried me all through the 35 days, which outlived my expectations, and I've made so many connections with people I didn't expect to. So it's a win-win. I played with my body, mind, and soul.
It was wonderful to see an inspiration.
Thank you. It was a pleasure to play with all those games and all the people.
Steffi, what about your victories?
Sure. Obviously, in season 7, I'm actually I'm a softie, you know.
You wouldn't say that when you're running across the water. Gladiator.
Yeah, I'm a marshmallow, and I love art. I get angry quickly, but then I get over it quickly. And the previous season, I had this very hardcore exterior because I didn't want anybody to come too close, because I didn't want people to see that side of me. And this time I left everything on the floor. And yeah, I played this game with courage and vulnerability. Sure. And those two elements went hand in hand for me this season, because you can't be one without the other.
Indeed. And you look like you were having fun all the way through.
I was having
the previous season you played, I struggled to get you to open up to me at Tribal Council. This time you just couldn't stop chatting. I had so much fun with you. Thank you.
But this is me.
Yeah, you played with head and heart. Well done. Okay, so Shane, quickly sum up for me. What do you take home?
You know, I came into this one knowing I have a certain skill set, which is to be able to undermine, be able to read people. But I suddenly got here and I've met a whole bunch of these people and I felt so wrong about playing that game with them, and I'm very, very good at it.
You know what was interesting is that you came into this game and you said, I'm going to be tough as nails and I want this game to be tough as ever, and you came in trying and wanting to be hard, and the game softened you up because you allowed it.
And every challenge, I would glance at you and you'd make eye contact every now and then. We'd know what you were trying to say to me, because, yeah, I mean, a lot of these challenges for a tall heavy oak, it's just a joke. And I was bleeding every day, and I did get softened up. I really did.
Dino, what do you take home with you?
Aside from all the amazing prizes,
I wasn't going to go
aside
there.
from everything. Wow. Look, I mean, it's quite funny. Shane talks about coming in hard and then softening up. I came in always having led with my heart, and this time I led with my head, and I stood at a final Tribal Council next to season 5 villain Shane Hatting, feeling like the ruthless one and he's the soft one. So I think I found a confidence that was waning, and I was able to change a negative voice inside my head into a positive one. It's not to say that the negative one will never be there again, but I think I've learned how to push through and find that confidence in times that I need it, and to make the tough decisions that I need to make for myself, for my family, I suppose. So I walk away with an immense amount that you can't put a value on.
I think that's very inspiring to so many people out there who think you need to be so many other things but yourself to be a winner, and you proved that wrong, so well done.
Thank you. That's very kind, Nico. Thank you.
And then to all of you, you know, I think it's testament to the fact that you come into this game and you just laid it all out there. So it's been wonderful to watch everyone. You know, when you leave here, when I snuff your torch, the one thing you always say to me at the end, which the viewers don't see afterwards, you say to me, this game changed me. And you know what the other thing is that I hear from most of you? Thank you. Thank you to the game for giving me the opportunity to change. You can't change unless you want to. So well done to all of you for wanting to and just going with the flow of Survivor. Well done.
Well done, guys.
And with that, we come to the end of another incredible season. And I'll say it again, all the thanks to you all for coming out and playing your hearts out. You crazy, beautiful, amazing, passionate people. And as you leave this game and go into the real world and life gets crazy, just remember, this is why we came. And thanks to all of you at home for watching. Your loyalty and your love of the greatest game on earth is what drives us to keep giving you an amazing show, season after season. It was an absolute privilege to get to showcase our beautiful country to you once again. Until next time, good night, everybody, and God bless.